The Sinaloa Cartel, often referred to as the most powerful drug trafficking organization in the world, has dominated headlines for decades. It's known for its vast criminal empire, ruthless tactics, and high-profile leaders like El Chapo. The cartel has played a central role in shaping the global drug trade. But what lies behind the legend of the Sinaloa Cartel? Origins of the Sinaloa Cartel, from farmers to kingpins. The roots of the Sinaloa Cartel trace back to the rugged mountains of Sinaloa, a state in northwestern Mexico long associated with marijuana and opium cultivation. In the early 20th century, farmers in this region began growing these crops to survive in an area with limited economic opportunities. Over time, local traffickers emerged, smuggling drugs into the United States through clandestine routes. The modern Sinaloa Cartel began to take shape in the 1980s under the leadership of key figures like Miguel Ángel Gallardo, the founder of the Guadalajara Cartel. After Gallardo's arrest in 1989, his organization splintered, giving rise to several factions, including the Sinaloa Cartel led by Luis Palma Salazar and El Chapo. Under El Chapo's leadership, the cartel expanded rapidly, leveraging innovative smuggling methods such as underground tunnels, submarines, and even drones. By the 2000s, the Sinaloa Cartel had established itself as the dominant player in the global drug trade, controlling routes from South America to Europe, Asia, and beyond. Structure and operations: a decentralized empire. Unlike traditional hierarchies, the Sinaloa Cartel operates as a decentralized network of cells, each responsible for specific tasks such as production, transportation, and distribution. This structure allows the cartel to remain flexible and resilient, even when key leaders are arrested or killed. At the top of the organization are the kingpins, figures like El Chapo, Ismael, Ilmeo, Zambada, and others, who oversee strategy and decision-making. Beneath them are lieutenants who manage regional operations and coordinate logistics. Lower-level members handle day-to-day activities, including smuggling, enforcement, and bribery. The cartel's success can be attributed to its adaptability and willingness to embrace technology. It uses encrypted communication devices, advanced surveillance systems, and sophisticated smuggling techniques to evade law enforcement. Additionally, the cartel maintains strong ties with corrupt officials, ensuring protection and facilitating its operations. Expansion across borders, global reach: the Sinaloa Cartel's influence extends far beyond Mexico. Its primary market is the United States, where it supplies vast quantities of cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, and fentanyl. However, the cartel has also expanded into Europe, Australia, and Asia, capitalizing on growing demand for illicit drugs. One of the cartel's strengths is its ability to form alliances with other criminal organizations. For example, it collaborates with Colombian cartels to source cocaine and works with Chinese suppliers to obtain precursor chemicals for methamphetamine production. These partnerships allow the cartel to maintain a steady supply chain and maximize profits. Today, the Sinaloa Cartel generates billions of dollars annually, making it one of the wealthiest criminal enterprises in the world. Its wealth enables it to bribe officials, fund paramilitary groups, and invest in legitimate businesses, further entrenching its power, violence, and impact. A trail of bloodshed, the Sinaloa Cartel is notorious for its extreme violence, which serves both as a tool of intimidation and a means of eliminating rivals. Members routinely engage in assassinations, kidnappings, torture, and massacres, instilling fear in anyone who dares to oppose them. One of the most devastating consequences of the cartel's activities is the widespread violence plaguing Mexico. Since the late 2000s, the country has experienced a surge in homicides, many of which are linked to turf wars between cartels. Entire communities have been caught in the crossfire, leading to displacement, trauma, and economic devastation. The cartel's involvement in the fentanyl trade has exacerbated the opioid crisis in the United States, contributing to tens of thousands of overdose deaths each year. Critics argue that the cartel's greed and disregard for human life have turned it into a global public health threat. Efforts to combat the Sinaloa Cartel: challenges and setbacks. Governments around the world have launched numerous campaigns to dismantle the Sinaloa Cartel. In Mexico, military operations and law enforcement efforts have targeted cartel leaders, resulting in high-profile arrests like that of El Chapo was extradited to the United States in 2017. However, these efforts have often fallen short of achieving lasting results. Arresting or killing a leader rarely cripples the cartel, as new figures quickly step in to fill the void. Moreover, corruption within law enforcement and government agencies has undermined anti-cartel initiatives, allowing the organization to continue operating with relative impunity. Experts emphasize the need for a multifaceted approach that addresses the root causes of cartel activity. Poverty, unemployment, and lack of education drive many individuals to join criminal organizations. Social programs aimed at providing alternatives to crime, along with international cooperation to disrupt drug trafficking networks, are essential to combating the cartel's influence. Complex legacy. Beyond the headlines, the Sinaloa Cartel is more than just a criminal enterprise. It's a reflection of broader societal issues. Its rise highlights the failures of governments to address inequality, corruption, and addiction. For many impoverished communities in Mexico, involvement with the cartel represents one of the few viable paths to survival. While the cartel continues to pose a significant threat, there are signs of hope. Grassroots movements, activists, and organizations are working to address the systemic issues fueling cartel activity. Efforts to reduce drug demand, promote harm reduction strategies, and strengthen institutions offer a path toward a safer future. Conclusion. Breaking the cycle, the Sinaloa Cartel stands as a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of organized crime. Its history is intertwined with the struggles of poverty, corruption, and globalization. As nations grapple with the challenge of dismantling this criminal empire, the focus must shift from punitive measures alone to addressing the underlying conditions that allow such organizations to thrive. Only by investing in education, economic development, and social reform can we hope to break the cycle of violence and build a world where cartels no longer hold sway. The fight against the Sinaloa Cartel is not just about targeting criminals, it's about creating a society where no one feels compelled to turn to crime.